He spent 3 years of finding and a lifetime of anticipation, and he finally found her, Giza, the melanistic leopard, a mysterious and indefinable beauty that Senaka Kotagama fell in love with. Pursuing and wooing her from the remote and rugged Laikipia in northern Africa resulted in the publication of The World of the Black Leopard, which was launched recently. Senaka is a passionate wildlife photographer and a conservationist, with his adventures taking him to some of the world's wildest places, whether it is jaguars and anacondas in the Amazon, tiger sharks and whales off the Similian Islands and Vietnam, pumas in the Patagonian Andes, angry lionesses in Tanzania, India's Bengal tigers, China's Manchurian tigers, and Indonesia's Komodo dragons, and now, of course, Giza in Kenya's wilderness. He's on Let's Talk today, rediscovering his journey, his passion, and his next conquest. From your first encounter with the black leopard, with our Giza, how did that change you as a photographer and a storyteller?
When it comes to something like a melanistic leopard, they are so rare, and we human beings have a penchant for rarity. So we are naturally drawn to something that is very rare, very difficult to find. And for me, this was the attraction, a lifelong ambition to see this Black Panther. And it was just absolute magic.
What were the biggest physical or emotional challenges that you've had in that process?
The biggest challenge is that airlines don't allow you to carry more than 8 kilograms by hand. I have more than enough check-in luggage allowance, but you can't check these cameras and lenses. They're very sensitive, a lot of glass. So I've had to devise ways of carrying almost 16 to 17 kilos when you're allowed only 8 kilos. In recent times, one of the biggest challenges was managing showering with absolutely contaminated, filthy water they pumped from that Narok River to an overhead tank, and all of the animals in that habitat go into this to do whatever they have to do. I had to get used to showering in this really brown, murky water, and I was told that everything in the river is up there in the tank, and that's what comes down. But you get used to these things. The only thing they told me was, don't even brush your teeth with it, because it's really very toxic.
What makes the black leopard such a powerful symbol in mythology, in photography, in conservation?
Cats have always fascinated human beings in every part of the world. And in certain cultures, like for instance in Egypt, they even have cat goddesses. And then when it comes to big cats, the attraction, the lure is far, far greater, because they're very difficult to see. They're wild. That adds so much more to the appeal. In an environment like this, to see a black cat, a big black leopard, is something almost impossible. Up to recent times, it has been only sort of fleeting glances that people have had. If you go looking for it, you will never really find it. With Giza, I think this is just a one-time thing. Once she's gone, we'll never have another cat again like this. She's a freak of nature, very habituated. You get other cats. I think the statistics are that there are about 11% melanistic cats around, in the natural habitats of the world. But they are very, very shy. You'll never really see them. But in Giza's case, it's amazing how she has got habituated. She feels very comfortable. And I remember the first few times I was out there in her territory, how we became trusting of each other. This was just something fantastic. After Giza, I don't think there will be ever another melanistic cat like this, where you can spend hours on end photographing, connecting. So this was a very special experience that I had.
So you've spent a lot of time from the African savannas to the jungles of South America. Which location surprised you the most?
Everywhere out there in nature, the more remote it is, the more special it is. Um, but there's one place on this planet that I've been fortunate to explore. That's bordering the Amazon jungles, deep down in South America, a place called Bonito. Bonito in Spanish, I think, means beautiful. And that's really an understatement. Bonito is a surreal, amazing world which you can hardly sort of explain in words. It's a aquatic sort of world with hundreds of rivers and streams with crystal clear water. I had the great fortune of actually floating down these rivers lined by thick rainforest, you know, the Amazonian rainforest, in which you get the jaguar and the anaconda swimming in the same sort of river. I would think by far that was the most beautiful of places in nature that I've been blessed to experience.
Have you ever felt in danger while you were on assignment, given the nature of what you did?
Out in the wilds, rarely. But getting there, you know, you stop over in certain sort of places, in cities, in little towns you're not familiar with. And I felt uneasy in certain sort of places that I have transited in. But apart from that, there is just the one experience that I've had in the wild, and that was not so long ago in Tanzania. And I was in the South Serengeti, and just this guide and myself, this was around 9 o'clock and the sun was coming up. It was getting kind of hot, and we spotted this lioness lying in the grass, and we thought, okay, let's stop and observe her. So as soon as we stopped, she decided to come and observe us. So she came around the truck, behind the truck, and came onto the right-hand side, the driving side of the truck. And she went down there, right by the rear wheel. And this is a special truck with everything kind of open, and we had only just 2 seats at the back, and I was on the passenger side at the back. And I thought, look, this will be a fantastic photograph if I sit next to her and I give my phone to the guide. And I slowly got up and I stretched, and I was giving the phone to this guy, and he had turned, and then suddenly I saw this horror on his face, and I knew everything was not right. When I looked from the corner of my eye, I saw this lioness, and I had never seen a face, I've never seen fury like this on any creature. I think it was just touch and go. It was just a split second between her leaping in and attacking. For some reason, she had got spooked. I think when I got up, she probably thought I was threatening her. I just closed my eyes and hoped for the best and sat down. And when I looked, she was still snarling at me because her head was just above the side of the truck. And that was one moment that I felt danger.
Do you believe that photography plays a role in shaping conservation the way it is today?
One of the sad things is that habitats are fragmenting, they're shrinking. And it is only through awareness, I think, we can save what is left. And there are in certain parts of the world efforts to connect these fragmented habitats to grow, to allow, to help expand the lost areas, not only on terra firma, but also in the oceans. Our marine habitats are also shrinking. Through photography, a lot of good can come out, because a lot of people don't realize how fast the natural world is vanishing. The more information that is available through photography, through documentaries like what BBC, National Geographic. It can help conservation.
Senaka, how do you balance the need to get that shot with ethical wildlife practices?
Through perseverance, patience, that perfect shot will come, but you need to spend time. What you should do and what you should not do is generally good common sense. And whenever you go to a wilderness habitat, there's enough information before you step into that habitat. So getting that perfect shot, yes, it's important for, ardent sort of photographers, but ethically, you need to always be guided by the rules and regulations that are clearly defined before you go in there.
What do you want people to know and take away from the book, especially those who are not jungle-oriented or will never step into a jungle?
Through documentaries and books, there's a lot of knowledge that we convey to people. And if you look at the population of the planet today, it's almost 7 billion people. Imagine if everyone wanted to go out there. So this is one way of really sharing your experiences with the larger world. Human beings are also busy in their so-called civilized sort of world. And this is one of the things that can keep the rest of the human world entertained. I'm hoping that the book that I've written, which contains experiences from my childhood up to now, and my experience with the black leopard and her world, will help create knowledge, will help convey the importance of conservation and also that entertainment that people look for.
Senaka, congratulations. Well done. And here's to immortalizing Giza.
Thank you very much, Savithri. It's a pleasure to be here.
Kaleidoscope is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. That's 4 digital channels. Please do subscribe, follow, and like us for more.